let me go quarterback tiers, and then we'll go to Rich. Wait. You
Oh,
just
Rich
took
is here. Let's
tier.
just do Rich.
Okay, let's go to Rich. Rich, how are you, man?
Hey, how you doing, Larry? I like
What's up,
that you
Rich?
finally doing the show, man. I ain't never seen you do like a Cohen phone. I've
Yeah,
been on the Cohen phone
have
before.
you? Where are you calling from, Rich? Where are you in the
I'm
Bay?
in Washington D.C. right now.
Oh, okay. Love DC.
Yeah, but I'm originally from the Bay Area, born and raised Richmond, California.
There you go.
Been a Niners fan my whole life, and
I'm copying Grant on the cone phone thing, but I'll tell you, I really love it. This is to me, this is kind of like almost, it's kind of like a mix of bringing radio to YouTube. Because like we on the radio, you take calls all the time. But then the video calls are really cool, man, because it's interesting. By the way, this is my son Kevin. I don't know if Kevin. This is
yeah,
Rich Gravy, Kevin.
I follow Kev. Kev is your guy behind the scenes that makes
That's
the
right.
whole crew show go. You
Yeah,
know,
I'm the
exactly.
tech
He's my
shout
guy.
guy.
out to Pig in a Pickle.
Yes,
There you
sir.
go. Good
Hey,
barbecue.
hey,
Don't
but
forget, good barbecue.
yeah, good barbecue, good barbecue. Even though I must admit my favorite is Everton Jones on Berkeley. But
Okay.
it is what it is. Each his own. But I
Yeah.
just called in to say I love the way you break down stuff, man. You do a great job with your 49er coverage.
Thank you,
I
man.
saw the show with you and Coach earlier this week, man. It was killing me, man. I was like, why they just won't say it's Grant, man? Everybody knows it's Grant. Grant is the main one that's always like, man, they're on the hot seat. Then they get an extension. Of course, they're not on the hot seat, but he wants to hold their feet to the fire, which I understand.
Yeah.
Anybody else that would have traded Trey Lance with the 3 first-round picks and then get rid of him for a fourth, they would be on the hot seat. But after going to the NFC Championship game, 3 out of the last 4 years, I mean, they're not on the hot seat. They
Yeah.
got their extensions, and they're well deserved. The
I
Christian
didn't. We didn't
McCaffrey.
mention Grant's name though because
No,
Coach and
no.
I both love
You're
Grant.
not
Grant's
that
helped
type.
me a
You know
ton.
you
He's
love
helped Coach a
Grant.
ton. We're big
Yeah,
Grant
yeah.
fans.
I know you guys are big Grant fans, but even all the people in the comments were like, "Man, that's Grant, man. It got to be
Yeah,
Grant,"
exactly.
because he does. He just is who he is. But he recently had this thing with his dad. And he was on and talking about that he's trying to be less snarky and all of that, and that's good, man, because he can rub people the wrong way. I saw the Javon Kinlaw interview. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, back in the day,
yeah,
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 yeah. That went viral. Okay. But
right.
man, I love the way the Niners are playing right now. They're the most physical team in the league. They're McCaffrey. Everybody said it was a bad idea. Who's saying it's a bad idea now? He looks
Right.
like he may be an MVP at running back. Brock Purdy never lost a game that he's completed. So, I mean, I'm very happy with Brock Purdy. I did think the trade was better than Sam Darnold, but hey, that's just my personal opinion. Then they kept the two young guns together. But they kind of want to do the hierarchy so they don't feel like Brock has to look over his shoulder because 1 or 2 bad games, they would have been hollering for Trey for sure. You know that. So
I'm a believer that Trey's going to get there.
I think that he will
But
too.
I don't know if it's going to happen in Dallas because I feel like he almost needs to just be somewhere where he can play and make mistakes and then come back and watch the film and correct those mistakes. So it's like,
You're
he
right.
needs to play. He needs to play. I don't know how many. I think it's going to take, my guess is going to take about 20 games, 20 to 25 games of playing. He'll iron out his mistakes. He'll be better. I don't know if he's going to be Mahomes, but I think he's going to be, a good starting quarterback in the NFL someday. I really believe that.
I really do agree with that. I thought Minnesota should have traded for him. It would have been good going
I
back up
agree.
there where he's
Yeah.
from.
Yep.
I thought that would have been the perfect move for him. Like, you go to Dallas to be third string for Dallas. It hurt my heart because my son's a big Trey Lance fan. So he's like, Dad, I'm playing with Dallas on this year's Madden. I'm like, no. you know,
Yeah, no, and in Dallas, he's not even the backup. I think Minnesota would have been perfect.
yeah.
It's
I'm saying,
it's
why
the
go to Dallas and be third string? I
right,
mean,
and
it
the
doesn't
people of
make sense.
Minnesota would have embraced him. And then if Cousins struggled, plus in they got Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, so
Yeah,
he's got some serious weapons there if he's
yeah.
going to Minnesota. But we'll see. I
But
get the feeling he's going to have another stop.
if
I don't think he's going to do it in
Dak
Dallas.
keeps playing bad, throwing all them interceptions and losing games, I wouldn't be surprised if they get rid of. Oh, let me get this light. I wouldn't be surprised if they get rid of Dak and put Trey in there. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
I could see
He
that too.
did lead the league in interceptions last year. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not. I like Dak at Mississippi State, but Dak is pretty inconsistent. Pretty
Come on,
inconsistent.
He was terrible
Um,
last week. Terrible.
yeah,
terrible against the
terrible,
Cardinals.
terrible.
Terrible. You
Yeah.
know, so I know Trey could do better than that, but will he get the opportunity? That's the question.
Right. Right. I mean,
Yeah.
it's and we'll see where it goes from here. So do you get the NFL like the NFL package in DC, or do you go to a sports bar? How
Well,
do you make sure you catch the
I go to
Niners?
Buffalo Wild Wings. I used to
Okay.
do the Direct TV, but I'm just like, you know what? They got
They
a
got the Niners guy, the Niners games
shout
playing
out
there.
to the 49ers empire out here, DMV, because I used to be part of the Rouge and Gold 49ers empire in Baton Rouge, but when I moved to DC, now I'm part of the 49er empire DMV. So shout out to my guys in the DMV. And yeah, man, we go watch the game. We were there for Thursday. It was beautiful. We've been beating the hell out of everybody. So I'm like, I love it. Only game that was a little close was the Rams. Had me sweating a little bit, but that's the end division game. You know how it is. I
Yeah.
think we should beat the Cardinals. I mean, I can't see any reason why we wouldn't, but you just never know with these end division games, man. I think we should be 4-0 though.
By the way, I drove one time from New Orleans to Baton Rouge,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll tell you, man, if you ever wanted to hide out from anybody, just hide out between New Orleans and Baton Rouge. Nobody would ever find you.
Ever find you?
I mean, seriously. I mean, Calvin Burrell, the great horse jockey, is from down there, and like you're driving over the freeway and you see all this marsh and you can see these little huts, and it's like, wow, man. I mean, it's like a totally different world, but I love that part of the country, man. I love the food in New Orleans. I love the
Oh, the
culture.
food in New Orleans is so good.
It's amazing. I would encourage everybody. And some people ask me sometimes, yeah, you ever traveled internationally? I'm like, yeah, I've been in New Orleans.
Look, if you haven't been on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, come on. If you haven't been to Bourbon Street in New Orleans,
Oh,
man, I'm
it's the
telling you,
best.
you're missing out.
You gotta get
Missing out.
you gotta get some fried alligator in you. You gotta get a you gotta
Come
get
on.
some you gotta get a couple beignets. You gotta go down to the quarter and throw back some hurricanes.
Yeah.
You
Throw
gotta
some
have a good
beans.
old time. That's Louisiana. I will say this about Louisiana too, man. It's a rich culture. The food is incredible. The history. Just it's amazing. I haven't been there. I guess I was there post Katrina because I was there for the Super Bowl Niners Ravens, but I hear it's not quite the same as it was pre Katrina.
Yeah, I mean it's everything gets changes a little bit, but it's still a nice place to go. And I recommend if you haven't been down there and gone,
Yeah.
get you some beignets and stuff.
Oof.
You don't know what you're missing, man. Good eating.
Yeah.
While I got you on the line, I do
Yeah.
have a YouTube channel, the 49ers Gravy Train. Please go like and subscribe. I break down highlights. I got a 49ers all-time team I'm coming out with. So
Let's do this. Let's put you in the center square so people can see that. Under Richgravy, it says 49er Gravy 2 Train. Or is it Gravy Train or is it Gravy 2 Train?
49ers Gravy Train. If I have Gravy 2 Train in there, I added too much, but it's just
Okay, so
49ers Gravy
49er
Train.
Gravy Train on YouTube.
Yeah.
Everybody go over to 49er Gravy Train on YouTube and like and subscribe and support Rich Gravy. Rich, awesome stuff, man.
Man,
You got
I
a final
appreciate that.
you got a final thought for us before we jet?
Little score prediction?
Look, you heard it here first, man. We're going back to the ship. We're gonna win it. The quest for 6. We're gonna do that thing this year. I got a good feeling about it.
I do too. I do too. Rich, thanks for jumping in, man. Thanks for the kind words. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, you guys keep doing what you're doing, Kevin, Larry.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Rich.
Rich Gravy. I like that. I like Rich Gravy.
You have the last